Guten Tag, Damen und Herren. Thank you for coming and for being here. So we're going to introduce our campus in Cork City in Ireland. With that, it's going to.
Thanks, Emily. Thank you. And before I start, thanks to Udo and Rebecca and everyone here in Brakel for welcoming us. It's lovely to be here and to meet everyone on the project again, and some new faces and also some people we met in Talavera. So thank you. We're going to speak a little bit about biodiversity and travel and how it relates to our campus in Cork City. And then we're looking forward then during the week to learning from you as well about your experiences and how you also try and promote biodiversity and travel within your own campuses. We'll speak for a few minutes and then Owen will speak about the Kinsale campus, which is a sister campus of our college. And so it'll be nice to see the experiences of the two different sites. Just very briefly on where we're located. We're from Cork, so Cork City in the south of Ireland. This is an overview of our campus. It's about 6 hectares in area. You can see from the highlighted section there, we have a large green space as well. So we've about, as I said, 6 hectares, and about 2/3 of that is covered in green space, whether it's pitches or woodland or wildflower. And so our college, briefly then, we have about 500 students. There's a wide range of courses offered. I teach in the horticulture and greenkeeping department, and Amandine and Roisin are students of horticulture. But also we have courses such as art and music and dance and business, etc. So then, just a bit about the biodiversity that we try to promote within the campus. And I suppose there's a few elements to this. In one way, we have some woodland on site, and we've established a woodland walk around the perimeter of the campus in the last couple of years, mostly this year. And what that's done for us is it's allowed all the students to come outside and experience the grounds, whereas in the past, I guess horticulture students would have been very familiar with the outside, but maybe some students wouldn't experience it as much. And so we're trying to promote that as we go along. Some of the images here show where we keep some of the dead wood on site, so any timber that comes down, we will create what we call stumperies or log piles to promote biodiversity among those as well. Also, there's some of the items that we're promoting there, so we will record biodiversity on the site. So our students are involved in recording the different wildflowers, trees and shrubs that exist. And then we're looking to promote that further in the future and be able to maybe recognise the different bird species as well that use the campus. So that's something that we're trying to work on more for the future as well. And so there's some of the initiatives we're involved in, so as much as possible we manage the site and, wherever possible using kind of cultural methods or physical methods rather than using pesticides wherever possible. And some further images here you can see of the woodland path we created, and one thing we'd like to do with that is also put up maybe some signage around the different species that we're supporting, whether it's plant or animal species. So that's something we need to look forward for the future to help people to become more engaged with the outdoors. These are some images that Bart took just last week of some of our native planting on the site and some of the fruit that they provide then. So I suppose the big thing for us is that the plants are the key thing, and then of course they provide the shelter and the food then for the animals and birds that are there. So getting the planting right is really important. An example here of the part of the path that we produced, we built this year, and it has given us opportunity. It's given us some more space as well. And to this bank, I should I can point with this possibly. Yeah, there you go. So this bank on the left here, we'll be planting that with native trees and shrubs that we have currently growing in a nursery on site. That we've grown from very small plants. And so in this academic year, we'll be transplanting those into position and creating some more habitats. So the greater range of habitats we can have, the better. And also then the greater diversity of plants within those habitats also very good. And if we can, wherever possible, we promote native plant species. Okay? And there'll also then be a section of that ground for wildflower meadow as well. So I'm going to move on to travel. And I think it's very interesting to hear your own experiences of travel as well. It's really important to us So I suppose the location of the campuses is one of the key things there. We're located close to the city centre, about 3 kilometres walk from the city centre. So a lot of students will walk if they're living close by, but in many cases they're living too far to walk. So they might use bicycle, they'll use the bus service, or they'll use the car. So either driving themselves or taking a spin. We're lucky we have options, and we're lucky that I suppose we do have parking on campus. But then it means that people might be more likely to use their car because the parking is there, you know. So we could maybe improve that in the future. We also have bike racks on campus. So I'll show you some of the examples of what we have there. What we'd like to do, and I suppose we need to get a bit better at, is to, we're going to conduct some surveys of our students, because we have an idea at the moment how people get to college, but we'd like to get a better data on that, okay, to find out exactly how many people are cycling, how many people use public transport, etc. And then from there we'll be able to better put in place measures that will support more sustainable use of transport to college, okay. And I'll let, in a moment, Amandine and Roisin will talk about some, maybe future objectives there we have around that. Thanks. As I said, the challenges there with the bus service, and I think I have a slide later of the bus routes we have, it can be congested sometimes in traffic. So it's maybe 3 kilometres from the city to campus. It should take about 10-15 minutes in the bus. It sometimes takes 30 or 40 minutes because of traffic congestion. So a student can maybe walk just as fast, and that's not always possible with the weather, so it's a challenge around that. There's a bike rental scheme in Cork City where you can rent a bike for 30 minutes, basically free of charge, and you put it back again. But there is not a bike station near our campus for that. So it's something we're going to hope to maybe promote in the future, is to get one of those bike stations near campus. It would be a good way of having people use that mode of transport. And there's always a difficulty with encouraging people to use another mode of transport rather than the motor car. I'm not sure in your own countries, but in our country we're reliant on the car, and it's easy, it's, I suppose, independent as well, and sometimes it's necessary because, a bit like yourselves here, we're also in a fairly rural area. We have a lot of students travelling from the countryside. Thanks, everybody. And some of the future plans I'm going to have Amandine and Roisin talk about, and one of those might be maybe e-charging stations, other things around that. So if you want to take over that, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we've been talking about doing a survey on all of the students, just to understand better, I suppose, how they get to school, or their options around getting to the college, and just to try and see if there are any better alternatives for them. So we're looking to promote alternative modes of transport and facilitate carpooling, and kind of maybe get together a lot of the students to see if they would, or are living in the same vicinity, to try and travel to the college together, just to cut down emissions. And we're thinking about liaising with the transport authority to work towards solutions as well. Hopefully look into more buses and just public transport. Currently it's not that great in our country, unfortunately, public transport. So I think there's big.
We do have loads of transport options, but they don't really reach the college because we're on that side of the city. We've got loads of trains coming in from the country, but once you get there, you're still 50 minutes away walking from college, and some people might choose to get the bus, but you'll be better off walking rather than getting there with the bus. So it's great to walk, but not everybody can do 50 minutes. It's a good challenge.
Our college is kind of, as Amandine said, our college is kind of located a little bit outside of the city itself. So a lot of people would have to either, if they're coming from a rural area, they have to commute from the rural area into the city and then go from the city to the college, which could be another half an hour. So we're just kind of looking around options around maybe getting a direct route to the college maybe, or something like that. Or, those are our challenges at the moment. As far as solutions go, we're just like at the moment we're just kind of looking at surveying. That's about as far as we've got it.
And, thank you. And if I
Thank
could
you.
say as well, the idea of the carpooling, I'm not sure if you use it in your own colleges as well. At the moment, I suppose some students would carpool within courses, like so if you knew somebody, but across the campus, you know, there may be somebody travelling from the same location that you don't know about, so try to put in place a plan for that to make it work for everyone. So that concludes our presentation. I'm going to hand over now to Owen, who's going to talk about the Kinsale campus, which is close by, and I look forward to seeing you during the week and hearing about your own challenges as well. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.